sports. It's in the game.
Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Okay. Good evening. Oh my dears. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this UFRL Tier 3 race at France. And look at the weather right now. It is pouring it down. This is going to be a fun-filled race for these 13 drivers here. So here we are into a short qualifying, and we should be getting things underway very, very shortly. Let's see who's going to be first on the pitch. We might as well get the details on already. There we go. We don't need clarity on. It's full wet. It is full wet weather right now. That is going to be so interesting. Let's see how the drivers handle this. Oh, looks like we have a Red Bull coming out straight away. But yes, I am. Oh, who is this? What? First, who this? Hello there. I am a member of UFRL. I've been a long time member. Which Red Bull is it? I've been a long time member for a while now. And I've decided to fill in today because there hasn't been any apparently tier 3 commentators. I'm usually a commentator, however I've been busy with exams and everything going on. So I've decided to fill in today because I'm off for half term to see how this goes. So I've got to get back into the commentating game with this terrible mic that I have. And let's see how this race goes. I'm Batman. Dutch Beat has instantly left the session. He's looked at the rain, he's like, do not want anything to do with that. But here I am, Batman, the only one out on track. Yeah, comms on tier 3, I've heard they've not had it for a while. So when Miss P decided to ask me today, I was like, yeah, I'm free. I'm off for half term. Normally I have university, that's why I can't do it much anymore. But I'm able to do it today, probably next week as well. So it depends on if I've got any plans or not. But we'll see. But let's see how this goes. Full wet weather for France. Can anybody from UFRL, if they're watching the stream, let me know if it's going to be full wet for the entire weekend or not, because I'd absolutely love to know that. But yeah, should be a good one. I'm Batman just pacing around the track right now, just trying to make sure he gets his tyres warmed up, because they're going to need to be sufficiently warmed up for this lap, otherwise there is not going to my apologies. I've not done this in so long that I don't even know what to say anymore. But here we go, the Red Bull should be getting started on his lap right about now. Getting started, ready to go. Let's hope it doesn't have a slip or cause any yellow flags, even though it does not matter in qualifying because there's no safety cars on VSCs. Here he goes, the Iron Batman, starting his lap right now, going through the first straight. This first corner is a treacherous one, especially in the rain, because it's so hard to get the traction just right. Just be able to actually get the power on the car. But looks like Iron Batman does that pretty nicely now, going through this first sector. Now it's got to be careful here, not to exceed track limits as he tries to push his way through the corners, and it looks like he's doing it pretty nicely there, going through these turns, and then this slow right-hander going into the next round onto the second straight. The first sector, obviously a purple split. We'll see what other people are able to get in, as most people are starting to come on their outlaps now. Iron Batman on the second long straight is just trying to get the power down. Obviously in the rain, no DRS, otherwise it's too dangerous. And here we go, trying to hop the curb as much as here as possible if you want to really cut for that time. But looks like he's just taking it safe right now, making sure not to spin out, and goes through the second sector. What is the second sector time? 59.3 is what the second time is looking like for that. Then we'll hop on board with someone else to see who else is going faster. And here we go, around this long winding right-hander, trying to just stay on as much as possible. Possibly fourth gear is what I normally use around there. Going into now the left-hander, trying to get on the power as soon as possible, trying not to spin the wheels or anything. He's done that well. Looks like he hasn't had any major incidents. Going into this final sector, there's a yellow flag further back for McLaren. Looks like probably DD Friend. Here we go into this part of the track now, up to the line. What is it going to be? Unfortunately, no DRS to activate. What is it going to be? It is a 146.9. I forgot how far away the track actually was. We will go on board with who is going to be next. DD Friend is invalidated. Proof Widget is far along. So Jar Jar Bing is probably the next one going through this last sector now. He did get a purple sector 2 from what I saw, so we'll stay on board with him and see what he's able to do. Here we go through this final sector now, and he takes it very wide there. I think that's a lot more wide than he was hoping for. Possibly just the rain throwing off his braking output a little bit. Let's see. Does he come into the pits at all? No, he's going to finish this lap. Let's see what the lap is going to be then. Coming through the final con now and up to the line, just trying to get on the traction as much as possible. Let's see what he's able to get. What is it going to be? It is a 147.8, so he is about 9/10 off there. A bit further back than I think he was hoping to be. So, unfortunately, he is probably going to have to go again. As who's going to be the next one? I'm trying to just look back there. It looks like he's going to be the Ferrari of Priv Widget. Let's see what time he's able to put on the board. I know Priv Widget has been this week for a while. He should have some decent pace, hopefully. And hopefully I'm not putting any curse on him. Here we go through the final corner. Make sure just to take it steady. He's going for a setup lap. I should have probably looked in the top right for that, but anyways, wasn't paying attention that much. My apologies. Shazam. Oh, is there a Red Bull back there? No, it's not a Red. Oh, it's a Red Bull Iron Batman coming in. But we'll go on board with Shazam because he's looking like he's going to get the next one in. Late Bloomer, 149.4. Definitely is not where he wants to be. Just trying to get used to the rain right now. I think a lot of drivers, if they practice, will be practicing dry because you can't really practice wet on time trial anymore. So they're going to have to try and get used to these conditions. Probably a lot of drivers are just phasing in their tyres. Might go for a canny few laps just to be able to get at least some running in there, some practice, and then able to go. Hopefully it's not full wet for the entire weekend. Here we go up to the line. Shazam, what is it going to be? 147.6, that puts him P2, 2 tenths ahead Jar Jar Bing, but still about 7 tenths behind Shazam. Unfortunate for him there. I Am Batman is going for another lap, yes. Mr. Piggy is now going to be the next one across the line, yes he is. Up to the line, what's it going to be? P2 now, 147.3, that's even closer, 4 tenths off. Jar Jar Bing is the next one across the line. He goes 3 tenths faster, now puts him P3, 147.4, but still behind the 2 Red Bulls. There is now a McLaren cross line of Falcon Warrior. However, he's starting a lap, so unfortunately we're not getting time from Sergeant Davey is now going to be the next one across the line. Let's see if this time's going to be any good from him. It looks like he's just a bit off the pace, potentially. P5 with a 147.7, not as much off as I thought he was going to be, because it looked like he was kind of far back then, as DD Friend is now coming across the line, 149.9, he's about 2 seconds back, so he's going to need to find some more pace. Priv Widget coming across the line now for an actual lap, 148.8, a bit further back than I think he'd like to be as well, so he's going to have to get it going here. Pops Kong and Falco Warrior, some of the next people who are going to be crossing the line. There are a few Red Bulls out, as Iron Batman improved on his time by, what was it? Late Bloomer, oh I missed that. Late Bloomer went 146.9, he went faster, but then Iron Batman beat that time by 6 tenths and is now heading through, having a very decent lap there. Shazam has invalidated. So the next one, who looks like then this doesn't, Mr. Piggy is not on a lap here. I'm going to presume Mr. Piggy is not on a lap here. Although they might be. No, Mr. Piggy looks like they might be on a lap here. Here we go. Onto the final straight right now, and then there's a lot of drivers just coming up. We're going to whack in a lot of times. Here we go, up to the line. What's it going to be for Mr. Piggy? A 146.4, that puts him P2. The 2 Red Bulls are only separated by 1/10. Very well done to the Red Bulls right now. showing a lot of dominance right now as Popscon goes P5 147.5. Then Falcor Warrior comes across the line with a 145.8. That's even faster, 5 tenths faster than the two Red Bulls there. So very well done to him. Jojo Bink in the pits, Popscon, Shazam. There is now Sergeant Devsy, probably starting a new lap now. Yep, looks like he's about to start a new lap as there is an Aston Martin of Leigh Bloomer trying to cross the line, and he does improve by 3 tenths, 146.6, and now he's only 2 tenths off the Red Bulls, but he's going to have to find a lot more time if he wants to get anywhere close to the other drivers. Priv Widget does not improve on that lap, but he might be starting a new one here. Who knows? We will see, as there is an Aston Martin of 50 Gent about to start his lap. Priv Widget is not Shazam looks like he's not improving too much, but we will see. Looks like he's only 700ths down, so let's see if he's able to prove through this final sector now. And I forgot how much this can not damage your voice, obviously, but how much this commentating stuff absolutely just goes through your voice. As here he goes up the line as Jar Jar Bing is looking for the intermediates there in the pit. He's looking to see if the times are going to improve. P5 146.7 for Shazam, very decent lap time there. Who is going to be next across the line? Let's see. It looks like it might be Popscon. If he's went a bit wide there, unfortunately that is going to slow him down. I don't think there's going to be improvement. Yeah, he's slowing down a lot now. Here we go. Another AlphaTauri though of Dutch Beat is about to go. Oh, he's had a bit of a wheel spin there. That's not going to help his lap time. But let's see as he goes up the line. He goes fastest though. Didn't matter about the wheel spin. 145.3. Whacks it in there as Steinsy is starting a lap right now. Starting a proper one. With who else is coming across the line? Let's have a look. It's going to be Martin. Nope, Leigh Bloomer is coming into the pits as a lot of drivers are looking for the intermediates. Potentially the weather has calmed down now as Sergeant Devsy is looking to improve on his time. Let's see what he's able to do. Coming up the line now. What is it going to be? I forgot how far down this bloody line is from the pit lane. It is P9 with a 147.6. Does improve. And then we have Asainzi going fastest on them wet tyres in the first sector. 50 Gent is putting in his lap time now. Let's see what he's able to get. 142, 143. Let's see, is he able to get any close to the front leaders? Up to the line. And 147.3. He is P7. That is a 6/10 margin between P6 and P7. So he is going to have to improve on that. Priv Widget is invalidated that first lap. Shazam is straight into the pits there. Is probably going to look for the easier. Look at all these drivers pushing to the intermediates now. So here we go. We'll look for Popscon, who is just slowing down, letting the Alpine pass him. The Alpine trying to their best to actually go for it, but it looks like the rain has calmed down a lot here, and is now wanting to be intermediate. Essentially, the call is to pit after this lap. There's a bit slidey there, potentially from overheating tyres from Sainty there. But here we go, across the line. What is it going to be? It's Dutch Beat to test the fast lap. Sorry, I missed that. 144 flat on the wets. Yeah, Trevor definitely improved his tyres. 144.1. That is 1.7 seconds faster, and he is absolutely sending it. But yeah, looks like it's about to be intermediate time. A lot of times are improving rapidly now. The track is definitely drying up. Drivers are going to have to get onto the intermediate tyres and get out there as best they can. 50 Gen slowly improving on his time. But oh, I Am Batman! What's happened to I Am Batman? Oh god, what's happened there? I think he's just crashed. I'm not sure, but I Am Batman has retired from the session on track. So if that was a manual retirement, that's going to be a bit of a punishment there. But if it was just an accidental one, I'd love to want to know what happened there. As Chris Gent is now improving on his time by 4:10. Up to the line, what is it going to be? 146.4, improved by 8/10 in total. Probably wants to get in the pits now though to try the mid tyres, just get around as fast as possible. As a lot of drivers are gambling with the wet tyres. Potentially it's just the crossover, but it's looking to me like it is intermediate time as Falco Warrior goes a bit over there. Let's see who's going to be the next one across the line. It is not Popcorn, it is teammate Speed. Who's just going for another lap, or is he pitting now? He's going for another lap. Let's see if he's able to. Oh, he's having a bit of a slip and slide through these last few corners. So let's just hope that he's able to get in as time he's entered the pit. This beast is slowing down now. Is he slowing down for his team here? As Popcorn has went wide. So let's see now for Mills. Jar Jar Binks on the intermediate. Is he going to improve? Looks like he is going to improve on time. It's 1.1. It is definitely intermediate now. It looks like all the drivers are trying to improve on time. There is a McLaren of GD Friend on the Inters. Just starting their... Oh no, actually did their lap. 141.5. 4/10 off the top driver right now. 50 Gen is still on track. Would probably want to get in the pit soon. As Late Bloomer is now improving on their time, but is also wanting to start a proper lap right now. Let's see, there is a McLaren back there. Falco is starting their lap, and then it is an Aston Martin of 50 Gen into the pits. Yeah, the officials, Gen goes in the pits, as they are probably wanting the intermediates now, seeing how much faster they are going. Who's going to be the next one to cross line? Is it Popcorn? Popcorn is not. It's going to be Good Beast, isn't it? This Beast is not improving on this lap, and is giving the forward to Jar Jar Binks actually. Jar Jar Binks still improving. Definitely an interesting finish, Mr. P. With some on wet still, probably not getting out in time. Some on intermediate. Let's see what the intermediate side is doing. Jar Jar Binks is going to be a next one across line. Then we'll swap back to another driver, which should be another one of the Aston Martins. So we go up to the line. Well, not up to the line, sorry. Up to the final few corners. As you can tell, I'm still not used to this commentating thing anymore. Up to this final corner, turning in there as much as possible, just make sure to get the rotation, and on the power he goes. Let's see, going up to the line, under the lights, what is it going to be? Is it improvement? It is 139.9, a massive improvement on his time. Let's go to the Aston Martin of Late Bloomer. Let's see, is he able to get anywhere close to what that time was? It is not looking like here. P2 with a 1.1.3 though, but looks like a lot more drivers are going to be improving. GD Friend 1.1.5 does not improve, but he's starting a new lap. The House of Sergeant Dempsey was P4 with a 1.1.7. Mr. Piggy in the Red Bull 139.7, 2 times faster than Jar Jar Binks as a Ferrari crossed the line there. Probably to start their lap. It looks like it was Privilege at starting their lap. As the other McLaren of Falco Warrior is going across, and he goes faster. 139.3, 4 times faster than the Red Bull right now. So very well done to him. Who is next? It looks like Shazam is going to be starting his lap. Looks like Popcorn is just going slowly. Looks like it is too late for Popcorn, as there he's just trying to find the pit lane. Looks like the Alpine of Sainz is starting their lap, so it might be the Alfa Romeo of Jar Jar Binks trying to improve. He is not improving. DRS is enabled. Apparently it's dry. Apparently, all this rain, yes, it looks like it's drying out, but still with all this rain, and the track personnel decide to go, nope, it's absolutely a dry track right now, yet conditions are improving by the second, and rapidly. It might be a dry race here, so let's see who's went for a wet setup to complete qualifying, get the better position, who's went for a dry setup for the race. As what? Oh, I thought that was wide there. As Jar Jar Binks going through the final course does not look like they're improving yet. I mean, that is qualifying over for a lot of people. Let's see these last few drivers. Late Bloomer trying to improve on his time. Look at how much rain's still on track, and apparently DNS is able. This is going to help a lot of the drivers come across the line. 140 flat for Late Bloomer. GD Friend is the next one across the line with the DRS. 139.2, where he goes above his team at the house driver Sergeant Dempsey with the DRS does not improve that much. And then, who is next? Privilege goes fast as 139.1, and then there is another, a 50 Gen. Well, 50 Gen was hoping to improve, but he doesn't. And then Falco Warrior with the DRS enabled for most lap, 138.8. Well done to him for improving on his time. Currently provisional pole position. Can Sainz at all get with the DRS and improve on the lap time so much to topple the McLaren? Can he do it up to the line? Let's see what he's able to do. Shazam is into the pit. So it is only Sankey who might be able to top off Falcon Warrior, and he does! He tops Falcon Warrior and goes pole position, the Alpine, putting in a sensational final lap. Well done to the Alpine, the Sainzy getting pole position. Falcon Warrior now in P2 with a good lap time there. The McLarens are doing P2 and P4, and then Priv Widget, the Ferrari, in P3. That's your top four there. Iron Batman looking to go down there. He was looking like he had a lot of pace to start that race. But yes, it looks like a lot of people got the DRS benefit on that final straight. It was very strange. It's still very much wet on the track. So to say that DRS was enabled is a bit mad. But there is your qualifying 17 P1, Falcon Warrior P2, the 2-4 for the McLarens, Priv Widget in P3, Mr. Piggy in P4 carrying that Red Bull team right now, and as you can see the people on wet tyres who decided not to stay out just back there. Jaja Bing in P6, Late Bloomer in the Aston Martin P7 with the Haas in P8. And then you have the AlphaTauri Dutch Beast in P9 on the wet tyres. My apologies. I am Batman in the other Red Bull in P10, 5th Gen in P11. The other Ferrari Shazam P12, and then in last place Pops Kong P13, just not able to set the lap time he wanted. But here we go into the race. There should be a 5-minute break, and then we will get right to racing. And it is now 20:41, so we should be getting going pretty much soon. Okay, I don't want to hear myself. Thank you, Twitch. Let's get going. Let's see how we go. It is a dry track right now. I'm not sure how many laps we have to do. But we will see. Here we go. 5 red lights. Away for the French Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. Supposedly, yes, there it is. It looks like it's going to be a good start for the McLaren driver who's going into the first turn, trying to compete with the Alpine. A little bit of contact there, and the McLaren just isn't able to keep up, and the Alpine goes a bit wide. Then there's spin for a Ferrari at the back. There's a bit of a crash, and it looks like 5-second penalty. Oh, for DD Friend with Iron Batman, 5th Gen with Dutch Beast, 5-second penalties thrown out everywhere, and it is a virtual safety car kicking off already. It looks like as a Haas driver, oh my god, what are they called? AlphaTauri drivers just having a bit of a squabble there, and looks like a few drivers are just having a bit of a slow time. Virtual safety car is out. It doesn't look like it's going to be a full safety car. It's all kicked off in this first one as Shazam and Pops Kong get ignoring yellow flags, and get 5 seconds. Looks like everyone's getting 5-second penalties on this first lap. Just looks like everyone is. 50 Gen, GD Friend, a few of the front runners as well getting very close, but looks like the virtual safety car is just settling now. Everybody just needs to settle down, calm down a little bit, and make sure they catch up to the lights. It should be going out pretty soon. Hopefully all the damage is clear, but looks like a few people are going to have to pit. There's Late Bloomer and DD Friend are swapping positions there. DD Friend went off track a little bit. Oh, DD Friend doesn't have a wing. Oh, that explains it. That very much does explain it. Now, it is green flag ring. The safety car has ended it, looks like. So let's see, is Sainz able to pull away? So looks like Sainz pulled away from the McLaren a little bit, as Priv Widget is trying to just have a look at the Red Bull right now, but not getting close enough. As Late Bloomer, Iron Batman, DD Friend all into the pits now. Let's see what if they're able to claw anything back. 27 laps, 25 to go. So let's see if they're able to claw anything up. But that means they have served. If they had 5-second penalties, they have served them. So let's see if they're able to just catch up any way whatsoever. Probably not how they wanted this race to go, but it is how it's going right now. Did they change Iron Batman's wing? It looks like it, but oh, you didn't have a penalty. That's why. Honestly, it's Priv Widget right on the back of the Red Bull right now. Is he able to go for a move? Is he going to go for a little bit of a dive? It looks like it is against it, and he just follows through the Red Bull as best possible, probably waiting for that DRS to get enabled, as Sainz is now just pulling away 1.8 seconds already. So let's see if he's able to keep that lead, or if anybody else is able to make any strategy calls to get there, as Mr. Piggy is only 3/10 behind the McLaren. I cannot speak today. As Priv Widget fell outside of a second already. Where's all that pace went? He's having a few mistakes, it must seem like. As here we go, the Red Bull just trying to stay on the behind that McLaren there. Not able to attack yet, but probably waiting for that DRS to get enabled next lap, aka this lap. And let's see if we're able to go ahead. Here we go now. Sainz 134. Actually, Falco Warrior goes faster than him, so potentially Falco Warrior might be able to catch up to him. Seeing how much pace he's already in 1.3 seconds, he is catching Shazam 134.5 and setting the fast lap. Let's see if he's able to catch up at all from P7, as all the drivers have lost a bit of time due to that all collision at the start. Here we go. Mr. Piggy is now going to get DRS to follow through the McLaren, but it's too far back. Looks like he's losing all that time in those few corners there and not able to stay with the McLaren. But Priv Widget, that brought Priv Widget back in DRS, and that means Lee Blumen's on the DRS on the back of these guys, so he's able to follow through now. Let's see if they're all just able to stay together. That is a favourite scene of mine right now. Let's just see. But here we go. And that one as well, but what more can I do? You get your scenes and you're supposed to just stick with them. Now here we are, Priv Widget on the back of the Red Bull. Is he able to stay any closer. Looks like he goes for a very shallow line compared to the Red Bull. The Red Bull probably making a mistake there, looking up the inside a little bit into the Ferrari, but decides not to go for an absolute spin there. As Mr. Piggy is spelling out DRS with Falco Warrior. Is Falco Warrior able to get in the DRS of the lead driver Sainz here? He does! He gets in the DRS, and now we have a battle for the lead as Privilege now has the DRS of the Red Bull ahead. Is he able to look for any moves? Let's have a look. For as Falco Warrior goes even faster. Is Ferrari going to go for a move? Probably not here. A bit too far back there. But now Falco Warrior is right up the Alpine's backside. So let's see if he was able to get a move done. But he is pretty low on ERS. Has used all that ERS to try and get in there. Now he's just got to try and stay with the Alpine and probably try and recuperate some of that ERS before he goes on the attack again. But he is picking up the pace gradually as he goes onto this back straight now and try and use that DRS. He's using that ERS now to try and catch. Looks like he smells a move coming. Is he able to go for it? He dives up the inside, but he decides against it, just having a little look for the Alpine, but decides not to go for it. As Mr. Piggy being taken over by Privilege now ahead, and he's going to try and get out of there. As Falco Warrior is now a 10th right on the back of the Alpine. Is he smelling the move into any of these corners here? Looking up the inside. He's not seeing a move there. No, he backs out of it. And he's probably just going to wait for the DRS again to go for it. Privilege is catching here. 1.3 seconds. He might be able to drag Mr. Piggy and that into this P1 battle right now. It is close to the top 5, and then the rest have fallen away just a little bit. As Privilege he's already caught up to Falco Warrior by a decent bit. He managed to get just in the DRS, and is now going to probably try and use that DRS to defend against Mr. Piggy here, and he does that. Looking a bit sexy as Falco Warrior decides not to go for a move, and neither does Mr. Piggy there. All deciding against it, all just trying to stick with each other. Privilege now slowly catching the flashing light of that McLaren right there, indicating that it is now time to probably try and catch up using a bit of ERS to catch up there. 30% on the Ferrari. Probably shouldn't be saying that too much. As we look at the position changes, the bottom 3 have lost a lot of positions here. So unfortunate to them, as I'm Batman goes fastest 134.3. So as there we go, Mr. Piggy up the inside, and he gets that move done easily as Privilege could not get in the DRS of the McLaren ahead. So Privilege moves up to that podium position. Privilege down a place from where he was in qualifying. Here we go now, the McLaren trying to get through Sainz, not finding any way around, as Sainz is just managing all of this battery right now just to keep ahead and defend it very, very well, as Popcorn gets a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings already for track limit. Track limits are a bit of a difficult thing around here. So let's see, is Late Bloomer able to just stick with these guys here, just wait for a mistake and just go for it? That might be potentially what he is doing, or you might not, he might send it a bit later, but he's just managing before now, managing everything just to keep up with them. The McLaren still way too far back after that final corner to go for any sort of move on the Alpine. Gets close to him through that first turn, but then just loses him. I'm not sure where he's going to be able to find more time to be able to get to the Alpine here, but it looks like it's going to be a very hard-fought battle, maybe a little bit sweaty between these drivers here, just to see who is able to get ahead. He is staying in DRS though, and that's all he needs to do right now. As the Alpine looks a little bit slow out at that time. So let's see, is the McLaren going to go for it? He is gaining, he's looking up the inside. Is he going to go for it? He decides against it again, just slowly backing out, just to keep in contact with the Alpine and get very, very close. Mr. Piggy is now behind Privilege again, after they just keep trading positions right now with the DRS. Shazam up 5 positions there from the start, has got a 5-second time penalty I believe, but he is up from the start of the race as the McLaren just trying to get close to Sainz now. Sainz is showing pretty good pace right now and control of this race, has not let Falco Warrior pass once yet, But Falco Warrior's not going to want to sit behind him too long. At least it is not wet like qualifying, otherwise this might be a very different story, especially the start. Let's see. The McLaren is closer now, but looks like, oh my apologies, looks like he's not able to gain enough time to get past that Alpine as Mr. Piggy goes for a move, and then Leigh Bloomer comes in late, trying to go up the inside of Mr. Piggy, and there is a tap! There's a tap as Leigh Bloomer tried to go on the inside, and Mr. Piggy and him both spin round, allowing Priv Widget just to see through to go on to P3, and now there's a heart of Sergeant Dempsey coming up the outside of Leigh Bloomer. He's going for a move after the mistakes made by the Aston Martin and Red Bull, but Leigh Bloomer just managed to hang on through these corners. But Sergeant Dempsey is now going to have plenty of DRS, and it looks like Leigh Bloomer's not going to be close enough to get the DRS off of the Red Bull ahead. He's not. He does not have the DRS. And Sergeant Dempsey does have the DRS. Sergeant Dempsey might just be starting to try again here, but Leigh Bloomer will be able to catch back up slowly to that Red Bull with the pace that he has shown. But now it's brought them, the people further back, able to get close in on this P4 battle right now. Let's see, the McLaren Falco Warrior still close to Alpine, still just not able to get anywhere near close to him in the DRS zone, as the Alpine Asanti is just doing so well right now to manage his DRS and defend against the drivers behind. But is he going to be able to do it for long? That is the question, as Leigh Bloomer does manage to get back in the DRS. It looks like it's just the exit. The exit is stumbling Falco Warrior, and his chance to try and attack right now as Leigh Bloomer now gets on the power, is trying just to catch back up slowly as Sergeant Dempsey is pretty close. He's using ERS right now. Is he going to try and go for a move up the inside of Leigh Bloomer? But he backs out against it, as it was a bit too dangerous. He saw what happened between the Aston Martin and the Red Bull before on the previous lap, so he's going to just decide that against it. Falco Warrior now trying to get close to the Alpine through this, but he's just losing time in the sector, in the little corners that he's fighting against them, so he's not able to get close at all. He's getting a bit close here, but he's not going to get close enough to go for a move at all. He just has a little look, just see if he might go for it, but he's definitely not. The Alpine missed a little bit of a mistake there. Essentially, Falco Warrior's chance to attack is now. He's using the ERS. He's going to try and go up the inside. Is he going to go up the inside? He is on the inside of the Alpine. Through that right-hander, he's going for a move for the lead. Is he going to be able to get it? He does. He manages to get through on this quick right-hander now, and now he's able to just keep it through. Let's see if he's able to pull away at all now, as the Alpine is flashing red. He is low on the ERS. What about the McLaren? The McLaren is not. So now it's a reverse position of what happened before. So now maybe the McLaren can keep the Alpine behind him with the use of ERS. As Priv Widget is just in no man's land right now, just trying to keep up the pace to maintain that P3. He's not able to catch as much as I think he wants, as Sainz is now in that dirty air, losing time in the corners that the McLaren was losing time to. So now these drivers are going to have a nice little battle to try and just squabble for this first place. They're all on mediums, I believe. We should probably actually check that. The first two on mediums, Priv Widget on soft, so his softs are definitely dying out right now, but that'll be better for him later in this race, depending what strategy he goes to. He will get the undercut. Leigh Bloomer is now back on that, is back on the Red Bull, as Shazam has came out of nowhere, as he's scorching right now. If he gets past Sergeant Dempsey, I'm not sure when that happened. But now he's back on the Aston Martin and the Red Bull, and let's see if he's able to get anything done. He is low on ERS though, as you can see by the flashing lights behind. As Leigh Bloomer looks a little bit on the inside but doesn't go for it. The Ferrari also has a look, but decides not to go for it either. They all think against it and just think about long term. But Shazam is only 2 tenths behind right now. He's right on the back of that Aston Martin. Is he going to have a look at the inside? He's having a little look, but decides again against it. Rich Gen gets a 3-second time penalty due to multiple warnings. That is not good for him. Here we go then. This is the close battle, but I am going to have a look on Sainz right here, as he's losing pace. 9 tenths behind the McLaren right now. The McLaren is starting to push away and is potentially just going to manage. He stays in DRS, does the Alpine, but it looks like the McLaren is starting to pull away, so we're going to look on board Shazam. Is he able to get close? He has a little bit of a squiggle there, but it looks like he is, as Sergeant Dempsey has entered the pit. He has made the first call from the mediums to pit. Let's see if he's able to get anything done as Mr. Piggy. No flashing light for Mr. Piggy, but the two behind him do, so he is able to defend calmly against these two drivers right now. As 50 Gent comes out ahead of the Haas driver. Is Popscong able to come out ahead? Yes, he does. I'm Batman able to come out ahead. It's going to be close, but I believe he does. Yes, I'm Batman does. Let's have a look up here then. Late Bloomer, is he able to get anywhere close? He is a little bit close on that Red Bull now, going through this back straight. Is he going to use he is using ERS to try and catch back up? DRS open. Is he going to have a look up the inside? I think he's a bit too far back to have a look. Yeah, he's a bit too far back and decides not to go for it. The Ferrari really trying to go for it here. He's hounding at the Aston Martin feet right now, just waiting for a mistake. And again, that Ferrari has not much to lose now, as he has that time penalty. He looks up the inside of the Aston Martin, but does not go for it. He has not much to lose and is wanting to get on with the race so he can get ahead of these drivers and try and pull away. But is he able to do it? That is the question. I'm going to stay on board with these because these are the closest drivers right now, as Sainzy has now dropped out of DRS of Falcor Warriors. Potentially might be thinking about an undercut, even just to get back in that DRS and then hang on. Who knows? But let's see. 10 laps into this race now. 11 laps now, sorry. Into this race. Let's see how everything goes. As it looks a bit slower there. Oh, who's going a bit slow? The Aston Martin trying to look now for the Red Bull. Is he going to go for the move up the inside? This didn't work well last time. And the Red Bull is late on the brakes. The Aston Martin goes a bit slowly. And the Ferrari is opportunistic. Goes off track though and has to give up that position. The Aston Martin was just backed out with that move. And the Ferrari tried to have a look there, but could not go for it due to the absolute overspeed around the outside that he was getting. So his maintained position, but Dutch Beat is now on the back of this train, on them soft tyres. Them soft tyres must be dying right about now, but he's managed to use them to get close, to get in DRS. So let's see if he can stick with the DRS. As Late Bloomer now goes around the outside of the Red Bull. Is he able to get the move done? Camera angle, please. Yes, he does. He managed to get the move done. And now the Ferrari has the Mr. Piggy in front of him to go after. Looks like Mr. Piggy's just a little bit slower. They're all pretty racy right now. This is a cracking battle to be watching. As here we go through this next long right-hander. Is anybody able to get any moves done? The camera angles are pretty terrible right now. But Mr. Piggy has a bit of the ERS used against these drivers. Thank you, Jonas, for the F1 absolute thing. And a few drivers at the back there have pitted to hard tyres and are now just trying to go towards the end of the race probably. Let's see, is Late Bloom able to keep this as Dutch? Oh, here we go. Shazam has went into the pit, sent it into the pit, and he is now pitting. He's the first one, well, the second one actually, to properly call it now. But let's see if he's able to keep anything. Mr. P is not able. Sorry, I saw someone was not right up. Mr. Piggy is not able to go for a move at all, as Late Bloomer looks like he's just pulling away a little bit, but still in the DRS. Are they keeping it as Shazam is now onto the hard tyres? Looks like it's a hard tyre for a few drivers. Sergeant Dempsey, that undercut must have been powerful, because Shazam was looking really on his heels, and now they have, Shazam is 7 seconds back. Shazam, out the pits, please tell me where you're at. 11 seconds back from Sergeant Dempsey, when they were right close to each other before that pit stop. That has worked really well for Shazam. I mean, he has, for Sergeant Dempsey. They did have 5 seconds, or Shazam had a 5-second penalty serve, and that is now gone. So let's just see how that goes with Mr. Piggy. Sorry, I missed the move there. Mr. Piggy is back up ahead of Late Bloomer, and Dutch Beat is doing so well on them soft tyres right now to be able to keep with these drivers. This is going to be helping out his race as he goes along. He's going to have the better tyres towards the end of the race, he's going to have similar tyres towards the end of the race to be able to get these as he's going long. He could undercut at any point. No, I'm surprised Priv Widget hasn't tried the undercut. I was saying that Priv Widget is into the pits. Mr. Piggy also near the pits. Late Bloomer decides to stay out one more lap as Dutch Beast is also into the pits. So let's see if Late Bloomer is able to pull away at all from any of these drivers, as 50 is now into the pits and probably serving his 5-second time penalty, I believe he has. But yes, here we go, halfway through this race now, and the McLaren of Falco Warriors really pulled away from Sandy right about now. And we'll look to see who comes out ahead. Sergeant Dempsey comes out ahead, and he's going for a move on I Am Batman. Is he able to get done? No! That is the second time a Red Bull and another car has absolutely crashed into each other, and Sergeant Dempsey has been sent around spinning. And now I Am Batman is leading, and Priv Widget is just going to have to be careful of that. Let's hope that Sergeant and Dempsey did not get any damage from that. I was able to just continue. It doesn't look like he got any damage. Let's see if he's able to just continue on with that. Let's have a look. Shazam is trying to catch back up now to Sergeant Dempsey. Where is this Beast? This Beast is on a mediums now because he went this off. He's going to have the faster tyre than Mr. Piggy, and with the DRS able to get that move easily done. And effective race leader right now looks to be probably Priv Widget is in prime contention for effective, well, not effective race leader, sorry, because Falco Warrior and that are so far ahead of the other drivers that I don't know if the pit stop's going to help all that well. Let's actually look at the gap to leader. 35.8 seconds. Let's see. As those, of course. Oh, F7 Racing, thank you for the raid, my friend. Welcome to UFRL Racing. If you would like to join any of our racing leagues online as Priv Widget, goes for an opportunistic move against the Red Bull there. Does he get the DRS as well? He does. So he's able to just pull away even more there as Bloomer intercepts onto the hard tyres. Now, so let's see if this race is able to get underway. Yes, please join the league if you are wanting some exciting race to Zam with the fastest lap of the race right now. If we just have a look as well, what the pit time on the France F123, yeah? Let's have a look. I'm not actually sure what the pit time is, unfortunately. I wish I could have a look because I can see how far back the others are. But then I can't really see. So I Am Batman is now losing time to Priv Widget there on them new mediums. Priv Widget is now absolutely flying, doing so well in this race. He's going to have an absolute great strategy. The other drivers probably trying to wait to go to soft tyres towards the end. And good, yep, of course, good orgasm. So you can see that, of course, roughly that. Thank you again to F7 Racing for raiding the stream. Let's get this going now. Over halfway through this race, let's see if there's any battles coming along. 9-10, Mr. P, Dutch Beast though might be able to pull away with them newer mediums. He is starting to pull away. Can he get in the DRS of I Am Batman as well though? Looks like he is in the DRS of I Am Batman, and he's closing right upon him. Them new tyres compared to the old ones. It's I can't fathom it. I can't fathom like how much them tyres make a difference. This beast actually sets the fastest lap of the race, 133.8. He's really gaining on all these drives. Look how much time he's gaining in all these corners compared to the Red Bull, and he's got some ERS to battle with him. Let's see how the DRS straight comes along. Oh, he goes a bit late on the brakes there. Whoa, thought he was about to crash there. But look at these racing lines, and he's trying to look for a move around the outside. Goes a bit off track. Might be a warning there. Cannot go for the Red Bull, but then goes for the switchback. But is that going to give the Red Bull DRS? No, it gives neither of them DRS. Oh, it does. It gives the Red Bull DRS. I Am Batman is able to just capitalise on that and come back through ahead of the AlphaTauri and gets back ahead. But them new tyres might mean that the Red Bull might have to cede that position pretty soon again, as Mr. Piggy is now caught up to the back of these two drivers on them fresh hard. Is he able to do anything with that as the AlphaTauri looks up the inside? He goes up the inside, and I Am Batman, what's happened there? I think he's tried to get out the way for his teammate, and unfortunately that meant he had to get out the way of the AlphaTauri, but the AlphaTauri has now got to try and push ahead while Mr. Piggy chases after him. Shazam is now behind Late Bloomer right now on them hards, but Late Bloomer has the fresher hard tyres, so he might be able to just stay ahead depending on how well these drivers drive. How long are the rest of the drivers going to go to get onto them soft tyres? It looks like they should be pitting pretty soon. As Iron Batman has damage, it looks like. Oh, we know he's pitting now. He's pitting for his tyre change. What is it going to be? It is the mediums again? That must have been a mistake because he's going to have to pit again. Oh, no, Iron Batman. He's going to have to pit again, isn't he? Unless he's already pitted. I can't keep track. We'll look on the race director for that just now, actually, because that is very curious. Soft medium. So now he's got fresh mediums just till the end of the race. Oh, that makes more sense now. Because of that damage at the start. Oh. Now he can just go to the end race. Let's see if he's able to catch up with all. Shazam. Is Shazam going to go on the move on a Late Bloomer? Going around the outside, cannot find the gap, and has to just back out of that slowly and stay in P7. 5-second penalty to Falco Warrior though for speeding in the pit lane. He has been the first one to pull it, but it looks like he's pulled it too much, and he has now got that penalty serve. Is he going to serve it now? No, he doesn't serve it now. Obviously, you can't serve it as soon as you get it. But he's onto the hards. Surely now that's a mistake. Wouldn't you go to softs by this point? Or does he not have any soft? Surely by this point you'd go to soft tyres. That's what I'm thinking. Surely that's a little bit of a mistake. Shazam is on the back of Late Bloomer. He is going to try and probably go for it on this DRS straight. Late Bloomer trying to catch Mr. Piggy right now. They are slowly catching him, I believe. But Mr. Piggy does have a type penalty, which we will check later towards the end. Here we go. Shazam on the DRS, opening the flap, trying to go around the outside. Does he go around the outside well enough? He does, and he gets the move easily done on the Aston Martin, and he's up to P6 to hopefully try and chase after the Red Bull right about now. But let's see, Falco Warrior, is he going to be gaining much time on Sainzy here? Sainzy probably going to go to the soft tyres, I must say. So this might be a bit of a mistake from the McLaren. Or he might have better tyres towards the end, depending on tyre wear, because obviously 10 laps on the softs and they start dying for the other drivers. So it might be the right calls. Late Bloomer again goes up the inside of Shazam there and gets the move back. So these two drivers squabbling. They're going to be losing time to Mr. Piggy there, which I don't think they're going to want, as we will look towards the Alpine to see what these tyres go to. Iron Batman and Popscong swapping positions there. Let's see, is it going to be soft tyres? Yes, it is. It is the soft tyres for the Alpine. Is Falco Warrior going to get ahead? Let's see. It might be close here because obviously the undercut might be a bit closer than he wanted. As here we go. The Alpine is now coming out of the pit lane, and Falco Warrior is ahead now. But he's got it all to do. Proof Widget now coming very close to the Alpine. Proof Widget is now right on the back of the Alpine of Sainzy, and he might be able to keep pace, but the Sainzy on the new soft might just be able to pull away before Proof Widget can stay within the DRS. But the cold tyres might screw him up a little bit. So let's see if Proof Widget is able to stay. Is he able to? He locks up there. That is going to lose him plenty of time, and I think that's what ruined it. So now he's not going to get in the DRS at all. I'm Batman 133.3. He is speeding along, trying to just gain a lot of time on his competitors around him to see what he can get back after that have to pit twice. As Late Bloomer pulls to the left side, trying to get the Ferrari out of the slipstream, but the Ferrari is getting really close. He's going to go around the outside. Is he able to get the move done? Around the outside they go. They're side by side right now, and Late Bloomer is just able to stay ahead barely and is able to keep that P6 right now. But these battling, it's not losing them as much time as I thought to Mr. Piggy. That all the tyres seem to not be doing it for Mr. Piggy right now. Yes, let's see if Sainzy is catching 6 seconds. We'll check back on that by next lap and see how much he has caught by, to see if he's able to do it in the next 9 laps. So most of these drivers are probably going to be trying to go towards the end on the mediums and then the hards. But obviously, Sainz on them softs is going to have the better pace advantage for a little bit to try and catch back up. But he looks like he's not getting as much time as I think he wanted. 6.2 seconds when he was 6 seconds just about 30 seconds ago. I don't think that's what he's wanting right now. As the clouds are starting to come over. Is it going to rain before the end? No. I doubt it's going to rain by that point. Surely not. Because it'll be the end of the race by then. But we'll see how this race goes. As Iron Batman is starting to catch back up to the Aston Martin of 50 Gen. But we'll stay on board with Shazam right now because that is the closest battle on track. I thought with the soft tyres compared to the hards, Sainz would have a lot more pace than this. But seeming he doesn't. As let me go, the Ferrari just losing a lot of time there. And is not able to get close to the Aston Martin enough to be able to get in front. And Batman is now in the DRS zone. He's having a look right on the backside of that Aston Martin driver on the rear wing. He's going to open the DRS, say bye-bye in his right wing, and absolutely storm past that Aston Martin now to get up to P9. And now he's going to try and chase after P8 at least, as Shazam is right on the back of Late Bloomer now. One Aston Martin was passed. Can the Ferrari pass the other one? It's not looking likely, however, with how close how far away Late Bloomer is able to just get away for a little bit. As Sainz is starting to pull within now. He's now under 6 seconds. He might have been cold tyres that were hindering him before, but we'll see. There are still 7 laps to go for this race. Here we go. Is the Ferrari able to do anything? He's not close enough this time, I think. No, he's not able to do anything this time. But we'll see if he's able to do anything next lap. But yes, very close racing by a few of these drivers. A few mistakes, a few bumps, a few crashes. But it's been an entertaining race nonetheless, I have to say that. It's been good to be able to commentate this. I haven't been used to it. It's just Beast I've just seen there. He's now on the DRS to Widget. Is that him catching up? God, I should have been paying attention more to that. But looks like Dutch Beast is right on the back of the Ferrari, chasing after him for a podium right now. And this is going to probably be a battle towards the end because they're both on the exact same tyres. So let's stay on board with this battle then, as we will just have a look, see if the AlphaTauri is able to get anywhere close to the the Ferrari, and able to pass him for a podium position. This is going to be a very nice battle too, indeed, as long as they both stay near each other. It looks like the AlphaTauri's gained a lot through that sector. It looks like he's just gained a lot through the quick left-hand corner there. So let's see, he's getting right up close to the Ferrari, getting nice lines through here. Just as long as he gets a good exit, he does. So he's able to already pull out to the right when he gets DRS, opens the DRS and goes past the Ferrari, sailing on by, up into the podium positions. Well done to the AlphaTauri there. Now let's see if he's able to keep it, or if the Ferrari is able to catch back up. We'll go on board with Late Bloomer now, who has caught up to Mr. Piggy, and again, these guys battling again. So let's see if they're able to keep it at least a little bit clean this time. Till the end of the race, 6 laps to go, as Sainz is starting to catch now, under 5 seconds, but is he catching enough as Pops Cog gets ahead of Sergeant Devsy there? Also, Sergeant Devsy's in the pit for the soft tyres, probably trying to go fast as that. No safety car, surprisingly. We had a VSC at the start, but no safety car now, as Late Bloomer goes for the move on Mr. Piggy. Is he able to get it done cleanly? He gets ahead, and the Ferrari might get stuck behind the Red Bull, but the Ferrari looks like he's going for a move, looks at the inside but does not go for it, and is now stuck behind the Red Bull. This could be Late Bloomer's chance to pull away just by even a bit, just to get away from that Ferrari who was hounded at him earlier. Looks like he's losing a lot of time as the Red Bull tries to go round the outside with the Aston Martin. Does he get it done? They don't make much contact, I think, and the Red Bull gets past the Aston Martin again into that quick right-hander, and is now back up to P5. As the Aston Martin's the one down to P6, and then the Ferrari is right on the back. It looks like the flashing lights are pretty much all of them there, all using the RS, absolutely trying to get this battle for P5 going. Mr. Piggy, 3 second time, I am Batman, is just not having a great race. There we go, the Aston Martin tries to pull out to the left of the Red Bull and gets ahead of the Red Bull. The Ferrari not able to do much there, as now Le Bloomer actually gets the move stuck, as Mr. Piggy, I don't think will be fighting too hard with these drivers due to his time penalty. And then Shazam was having a look at the inside but does not go for the move. Now, up to the next DRS, so Mr. Piggy is going to be within DRS the Aston Martin as long as he keeps it close a little bit, down to 5/10, but he is getting the overspeed to be able to go for this move. Le Bloomer tries to pull out, try to get the Red Bull out of the slipstream, but it does not work as well as it did for the Ferrari. Up the outside goes the Red Bull and gets cleanly ahead of the Aston Martin, but due to the time penalty, this is not going to matter to the Red Bull either way. So this is just a battle of our entertainment, which I'll gladly take. 4.8 seconds now. Sainz is not catching that McLaren. It looks like the McLaren on the hards was the right tyre to go for, as the Aston Martin tries to go up the inside. The Red Bull does not go for it. Has a bit of dirt, yeah, and slips out and not able to catch back up. But looks like he's looking up the inside, but the Red Bull brakes a lot later. The Aston Martin cannot go for that move, as the Red Bull brakes later. Shazam's on the worst tyres so far, but it looks like they're all pretty evenly matched between all these three drivers right now. And every time coming out that corner with that camera angle, it looks like the safety car comes out as the Ferrari is catching right up to the back of the Aston Martin now with the Red Bull. Is it 3 wide? It's 3 wide in the first turn. The Le Bloomer, oh no, was that another tap? It was. That was another tap from the Red Bull, Mr. Piggy, and now Le Bloomer has fallen back. Let's hope. It doesn't look like he has much damage. Does the Red Bull have damage though? I'm not able to see it currently until a different camera angle, but that is going to be a gut punch. The Le Bloomer was having such a good fight, and it doesn't look like much damage to the Red Bull either. So who got damage? It wasn't Shazam, was it? Was it Shazam? It was Shazam. Shazam got caught up in that and has got damage on his wing. That is so unfortunate for Ferrari, because it wasn't really his fault. It was... Oh, that is a gut punch to all these drives here, as Sainz is starting to slowly lose time, and is back to 5.3 seconds behind the Dutch beat. We might as well have a look at the time penalties now. 5 seconds. As long as Sainz gets in that 5 seconds, then he gets within the win. He just has to keep up the pace to try and get in that 5 seconds and stay with it. As Priv Widget is close to a podium position here, because Dutch Beast has just got 3 seconds. As long as Priv Widget can stay within 3 seconds, he gets in position. Le Bloomer's already caught back up to Shazam, so we'll go on board with that for now. Wasn't able to get the DRS this time, but as long as he can catch up to Shazam, and then Shazam could just possibly follow along with Le Bloomer, they can both get in the 3 seconds of Mr. Piggy and just stay with Mr. Piggy. Right now Shazam is doing a good enough job with that broken front wing, but the rest yeah, but it looks like the battle for the lead is still ongoing. 5/10 back now is Sainz. He's got to be driving at least a little bit quicker, as I think Shazam's figured out that the damage is not going to be helping him, so he has just went behind the Aston Martin, probably to try and follow the Aston Martin as best long as they can, and see if they can both stay within that 3 seconds of that Red Bull to get P5 and P6. But let's see if it's able to be done. Le Bloomer's got to do at least some work in the next 3 laps to be able to get these. 5.1 seconds now is between, 1/10 or 2/10 between your leaders now to try and for that lead of the race due to that 5 second penalty. Is Falco Royo going to be able to keep it? Is the Alpine of Sainz going to be able to get within that time to be able to get there? And Shazam is slowly losing out to that Aston Martin with all that with the broken front wing. He's just not able to send it through the corners as confidently, and is losing a massive amount of time. Late Bloomer though is going to be able to catch that Red Bull slowly and get within that 3 seconds. I'm not sure what the the penalties in that are going to be after though. Obviously there are going to be penalties due to all the collisions that happened today. But it has been an entertaining race nonetheless. I do have to say that as 2 laps are left to go. Not many close battles, so we will go on board with Falco Warrior. We'll go on board with Sainzy just to see how he's handling this race right now. See if he can get within that time. He's 1/10 off the win right now, and we'll follow along with these last 2 laps unless anybody gets close to anyone. Looks like Iron Batman is obviously catching Shazam slowly, and but with 3 seconds, hopefully Shazam is able to stay within that time. Look at Sainzy just try and push that car right now to get in that 5 seconds of Falco Warrior. Falco Warrior is just finding times in different places that Sainzy is not finding. But then Sainzy is finding time where Falco Warrior is not finding. They're pretty evenly matched right now. If it wasn't for that 5 seconds, Falco Warrior would absolutely be winning this race right now. But unfortunately he's not. As Shazam pulled off to the side to let through the Red Bull. And I think he's realising he can't battle that much. He's just got to try and follow along all these drivers as best as possible, which he's not going to do easily with that wing damage. So it's unfortunate for his race. He's just got to try and chug along through it, stay within these drivers as best as possible, especially I'm Batman. Here we go though. On to the penultimate lap of the race, and Falco Warrior is starting to try and just pull away right now. 5.6 seconds. Let's see. He has got enough ERS to burn to try and stay out of that time range for Sainzy there. 7/10 the gap is, and this is going to be very much down to the last lap. Why did I just think that we were on a sprint race? I have no idea. I thought we were on a sprint race there. But here we go. Very 2 different details. 2 different races for the 2 McLarens here. The McLaren teammates, 1 in P1, 1 in P13, and last place. Very 2 different stories of that team there, but still a plentiful amount of points for both of them if Falco Warrior is able to get in this winning position. 7/10, 8/10, he is using it all right now, and he's just gaining too much time that Sainzy, I'm not sure, on them worn tyres is going to gain back compared to the still probably usable hards of Falco Warrior. On to the final lap we go then, and we will go on board with Falco Warrior as he does his final lap. Here we go then, round these corners. Let's see how confidently, it looks like he's just able to take them so confidently compared to Sainzy, who is now 1 second back. As long as Falco Warrior does not get any track limit warnings, then we should be good. But you can't be having any spins or that any idling. You've still got to concentrate to get through for this win. Here we go through this now first sector. Onto the second one. Obviously no ERS, but he's burning. Look at him burning that ERS right now to make sure he stays ahead and stay ahead of Sainzy and make sure he gets this final position through these next few corners. Make sure he doesn't push the track limit too hard. He's now 1.1 seconds up on Sainzy. It looks like this win is going to be going to Falco Warrior, and the McLaren, the Papaya, are screaming right now and doing very, very well for themselves. This is going to be good for them in the standings. Here we go through the final quick right-hander to the left. Now through this, I'm going to call it the roundabout section, even though I know it's not, because that is definitely just a oh my god, Monaco. There we go. I don't know why. Just got away from us, but here we go through the penultimate corner now. 1.5 seconds ahead of Sainzy. It's not even close on these hard tyres. Through the finishing line, and home is your Falco Warrior race winner. There he is. 5 second time penalty, unsafe penalty obviously, but he's able to stay ahead of Sainzy and is able to win this race. Dutch Beast coming home in P3. Very well done to the AlphaTauri to be able to get that podium after where did he start? I would love to see that. He'd start in P9, so very, very good race for the AlphaTauri there. Very decent from him. Criv Widget now comes home in P4. Mr. P in P5, but it's going to be demoted to P6 after the Aston Martin comes fighting back, and then the two Red Bulls in P6 and 7. Shazam, unfortunate for him, comes home in P8 when he should be fighting for P5 most definitely. 50 Gent comes home in P6, and then Pops Cog P10, oh my god, 50 Gent in P9, sorry. So that's Devsy in P10, Pops Cog penalty. Unfortunately, puts him down P11. GD Friend in P12, and Jar Jar being down 7 positions and has actually left, which I did not notice that, in P13. That is your race. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to obviously watch the ending finale of this. Thank you all for joining. This has been UFRL Tier 3 Racing at France. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to see you again also soon. Thank you so much.